Good morning, Priscilla.
Good morning, Erin. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Doing good. Doing great.
For everybody who's watching, I'm really excited to have a chance to talk with Priscilla Johnson. She's with the Elevate team at Remax Results. And we were just teaching a homebuyer class last night, and this is one of the topics that is so important when you're thinking about buying a house. So we thought it'd be a good thing to talk about today. And that is the research phase. So, Priscilla, just enlighten us what that is. What does that mean?
Yeah, so the research phase is something that not a lot of agents do, which is surprising to me because of how much value that it adds to clients. So the research phase is typically it happens before a client actually gets mentally involved with purchasing the home, meaning that they go out, they see a few homes a couple times, once, twice, three times, without even thinking about buying. And the reason why I find that this has been so valuable, number one, I'm hearing it from clients. I'm also hearing it from clients who have talked to other people and haven't had the opportunity to do this. But this really gives a client an opportunity to figure out the market and to understand what's going on and to figure out what available options there are for them.
Well, and it's something that you do, like you said, very few people do that I really love because it takes for a moment, it takes that emotion out of making a decision about buying a house. You're just gathering data so that you can make sure you're clear about what you want to actually go after and look for.
Yeah, and thank you for mentioning that. Yes, it does really bring a lot more confidence to someone, especially in a market like we are right now, where houses they come off the market very quickly, almost as quickly as they come on the market, they are gone. So when you don't have that confidence ahead of time, that can really become a very emotional process. The whole entire home buying process is emotional, but when you have direction and you have that confidence, it really just helps guide you through that, which is something that I find is so, so crucial with what we've got going on.
Well, and so how much time do you take at the beginning to do a research phase?
Yeah, good question. So I typically say for people the first couple times out, take a look at three, four, five different types of homes, different styles, different layouts, different locations, different price points. That way you really have a good idea of what you're getting into, what you can afford, what you are able to take on. This I see it over and over again where clients will have an idea of what type of home that they are interested in purchasing. And once I actually get them out and they have the idea that they are just in research phase, that might slightly change just based on what they are actually looking for. Again, different price points that'll factor into it. I actually have a client who it was a couple years back that they had in their mind a very specific layout that they were interested in. They had it in their brain that they wanted to live in a Rambler. It was one of I think it was his parents or something like that owned a Rambler, and that's what he grew
Sure.
up in. But they really were searching for a home that had a designated master bedroom suite or primary bedroom suite, and that had all bedrooms on the main or upper level or wherever the main master or primary bedroom was going to be. They wanted bedrooms on the same level, but they also wanted separation. So, after taking them through so many different ramblers through this research phase, it was very interesting when they started realizing, I don't know if we're going to be able to find what we're looking for. So, I suggested, hey, let's go out and take a look at three-level splits or two-story homes. And very funny enough, they're in a two-story home right now. So that is really what is so beneficial about that research phase because pictures can be deceiving and a lot of people they just don't know exactly the type of space that they want until they're in it.
Well, and I think that, sometimes people can misconstrue that as, well, I just want to get out and start looking for a house and I'm really excited to look for a house. But I think what they don't realize is then they're doing the research phase as they're looking for a house. And it actually distracts them and keeps them from being able to focus and find the right house when they are actually ready to buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there are so many things that people need to be focusing on when they're really, really ready to get into that home buying stage. It also gives me, my self-diagnosed building nerd, it gives me the opportunity to share what I know and my knowledge about houses and how they function. So I'm walking through clients and showing them the age of the windows, the age of the mechanicals, talking through the cost of some of this stuff so that they're starting to gain that knowledge. So when they're clicking online, or if they're going through open houses, or if we're setting up showings, they are fully aware ahead of time what they need to be looking for. So that's what I just love about the research phase two, is because I get the opportunity to share my knowledge. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a licensed inspector. I have not done nearly the number of hours that it takes in order to be an inspector. So I am always, always, always an advocate for people doing a home inspection. I know this market is a little tough for people to do that, but there are ways that we can go about doing an inspection and still potentially getting an offer accepted. But I do love this research phase because it allows for me to share my knowledge and to educate buyers as well in that department.
And 100%, I agree with you. On the lending side, we see this too, is I hate to see people waiving inspections. Sometimes it becomes necessary to get the house that they want, but if there's a way to be able to do it, so much better outcome for them in the end. So I'm
Oh,
glad that you're a huge advocate of that as well.
oh, absolutely. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk with us about this morning. This is such an important aspect of the home buying process, and I'm so glad you take clients through it. For people who have been thinking about buying a house and this sounds intriguing to them, they want to know more about the research phase. Maybe they want to talk to you about potentially working with you to purchase a home. How do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for asking. So they can get a hold of me, text message, phone call is typically the quickest way to get a hold of me. So phone number 952-356-4295. Otherwise, they can definitely send me an email, and or going online, Instagram, Facebook. I am in that world as well.
Awesome. Thanks again for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.